Welcome back. Okay, so day 4 is kind of a fun one here. We're talking about being a great leader and tracking as a leader. Again, it's Becky with Win in Life and Business. I'm your business strategist, and we are talking about day 4, team building. Super excited. All right, so kickstarting your systems. Let's talk about a team building tracking system. Listen, how many times have you gone to recruit somebody and you don't know your stats? You don't know, you're just willy-nilly asking everybody and anybody. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go off on a tangent, guaranteed, because you know how I teach, I totally tangent. So sometimes we try to recruit because we love and we're passionate about what we do and we want everybody to join our team, but not everybody should be on our team. Not everybody is cut out to do what we do. Listen, folks, we need people to work for somebody else, and we need people to be independent contractors, and not everybody is set out to be that way. I look at my husband, I love him dearly, but he is a take orders kind of guy. There's no way he could take charge. Nope, no way, no how. I look at my son who, loves to work independently, but when he works independently, doesn't work. So I know he's young, so he has some growing to do. But realistically, not everybody is cut out to be the boss, okay? So it's really talking about qualifications and going back to good old-fashioned interviewing like we should be doing. And I will get off my tangent here, but I'm going to talk about all these systems that we need to do in order to have strong team members. Okay, so let's talk about that. We need to track. Now, again, I have this whole system for you, and I will show you at the end of this video what it is. But for right now, let's focus, because you know I'm gonna squirrel again. Okay, design your prospect list. Let's talk about results-driven tracking. Let's talk about start to finish tracking. So for example, when you see a potential team member, what do you do? The first thing I do is I do pre-qualifying interview, and then I do the interview, and then I do a third interview, and then I recruit them. Okay, and I did this in direct sales. I did this with multi-level marketing companies. You can do it too. There is no reason why you should just be handing them a video, handing them a pamphlet, and saying, join my team. Asking them to join a conference call or watch a YouTube video. Don't do it. Okay, and I know it goes against everything that some of your leaders say, but listen, they're joining your team, not your upline's team. They're joining your team, and you want them to respect you as the leader. You best be the one doing the interviewing, period. Or they're gonna look up to them and bypass you, and you're gonna be lost in the dust. Okay, that's number 2 tangent. Y'all want to count how many tangents I'm going to go on today? It's going to be a lot. These are subjects that are super passionate to me. So design your prospect list. What does it look like? You know, my prospect list says their name, and then it says if I've done the pre-interview, and then it says how I'm interviewing them, if I'm doing it over the phone, if I'm doing it in person, and then it says, what are the strong points, what are their weaknesses, and what are their strengths, and then it says what are their questions, and how many times did I have to overcome their objections? Because that's another thing, y'all. If you have to sit there and overcome their objections, you might have done all of your selling to them to join. What on earth do you think they're going to do as a team member? You know, sometimes we put all of our efforts into them getting to sign the dotted line, when really what we need to do is put all of our efforts into them making money, being a part of the team, not just having their name on a dotted line. What's that? Was that 3? I don't even know. I've lost track. So let's go ahead and make our prospect list and make sure that we're going through and we're counting our results. Because now you know that if you do 10 interviews, how many of those actually sign on the dotted line? You know, I can tell you that I had an 80% success rate for a very, very, very long time. And then I got very exhausted because I was very good at recruiting. I can overcome any objection, anytime, anyway. The problem was is I suddenly had a team who didn't want to work because I got them to sign on the dotted line, but they didn't want to work. I worked so hard to get them on my team. Looks great when you're looking through the roster of over 500 people. But if we only got 20 of them working, what good is that? So getting qualified team members that are qualified to work, willing to work, have a desire and a passion like you is what you want on your team. Look at those statistics. What are those? Measuring that out, making this tracking form. Now design your team members, your new team members tracking list like that too. So when we are converting them into interviews, now we're converting a new sheet into, okay, I have new team members. And so my new team member sheet would look like this. I would have it in 30 days. Who have I added as team members and where are they at on their level of success as well? And that goes into the next page here. So I would go ahead and have, this is their name, this is the day they signed, and this is where they are in their business. And this is on page 2. This is number 3. This is where we design your next step list for your new team members. It's an easy checklist that provides them accountability and it provides them direction. Now, how many times have you recruited somebody and they just said, I didn't know what to do next. I didn't know what to do next. Or I was on somebody else's team and I felt like I was left in the dust because they didn't have their next steps. And I'm not saying handhold because listen, you're running your own business because you're doing step 1, step 2, and step 3 that we talked about earlier this week. You're doing those follow-ups, you're scheduling appointments, you're holding your appointments weekly, daily, monthly, you're meeting your quarterly goals, etc. So you can't handhold. You cannot keep leading a dead horse to water, but you can set them up for success. And when you have a checklist designed for your new team members, isn't it easy to just send Sally a quick text message and say, hey, I see you're on step 2. How's it coming? Where are you at? Isn't that much easier than having to be like, okay, we got to get you here. We got to get you here. We got to get you here. Because when you're working with a list of 10 new team members this month, you don't have a lot of time to keep dragging them to the next step, but instead you can touch base and know where they are in that step process by a quick text message, just like that, and showing them that you care and that you know that they're there and you're there to focus on them for their first 30 days of their business using an easy step track list for them to get to where they need to be. And maybe you have a reward for them. Maybe you're going to take them on a day shopping spree. Maybe you're going to go and get a massage with them. Your toes painted, your nails painted. I'm not sure how you're running your race with your team and rewarding them with time with you, but use this checklist to check in with your team members and let them know that they are important and it wasn't just another sign on a dotted line. That is super important to you. If you want these tracking sheets, again, you can reach out to me. We already have them created. And this is where I said I would go ahead and show you these tracking sheets. So I'm gonna hit the pause button while I go grab them. Okay, welcome back, you guys. So it comes in a pack of 12 like so, and they are lovely envelopes that you can keep all of your tracking, maybe your interviews, maybe your notes. It's in a vanilla folder, all right? So on the front, we're tracking our personal goals and our events. And here we're tracking your action items that we talked about in day 2 and day 3, your appointments scheduled versus the appointments that actually hold. And here we're tracking the money, right? Income producing activities that we talked about in day 3. We're tracking that. And then day 4 is your recruiting. That's where we're tracking this too. So right here, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4 is all right here in a vanilla envelope. And you get a pack of these for the whole year. Right here. So if this is something that you want for yourself, you can go ahead and reach out to me. I'd be happy to mail you this package. And if you have any questions, again, reach out. I'm happy to help. Stay tuned tomorrow while we focus on day 5. Bye, guys.